So it's not that the mic was muted, but I knew this was going to happen because there was a Windows update the other day. And at the time, like every Windows updated, it fucks up my mic. Like it changes the default mic for no godforsaken reason. I can't figure out. Well, like it only happens periodically. And most of the time I'm like, oh yeah, click, click, put it back. And then every once in a while I forget. But I don't know why it does it because it defaults to either like my monitor because it thinks it's an audio input. So I have the walking treadmill set up. It's the same thing. Just the height is different. So, like if I switch, you can probably see everything is the same. But I didn't walk today, so I'm doing it while I'm streaming. So you guys are going to deal with me swaying and moving a little bit. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why the fuck Windows does that. Yeah, it's still the same thing. I do have Darkwing. Whoop, leaning the wrong way. I do have Darkwing back there now. He was buried under. So we got rid of the table that was down here. Not got rid of, but we moved it upstairs. And then I'm like rearranging. This was my work desk. And I thought it would be better. Like, I just love fucking meetings. And I don't want to be standing for all these fucking meetings. Windows does it to be helpful, of course. But like, they never fucking used to do this, and I don't know why. This is a Windows 11 thing, which drives me nuts. I've been streaming since, I was thinking about this the other day. I've been streaming since like 2016 or 2017, something like that. I think that was when I started. And I don't remember doing this before. And that was, I think it was Windows 7 to Windows 10 to now Windows 11. I don't think I was ever streaming on Vista. So I don't know if it did it there. But the bottom line is it's fucking annoying. And it happened the other day because it screws up my Discord mic too. And here's the funny thing. Like, I can't, even if I tell it, like, don't use the default one, use the fucking microphone that I tell you to use, it still resets everything to then say, oh, use the default. And oh, by the way, we've changed the default, which is like, why? In what reality is this what I would want it to do? Anyway, it's just fucking annoying. So anyway, I'm going to cover apparently more of the screen now since I'm standing up. I still haven't found a deck, and Worlds is literally next week. I will not be playing next Friday. Shout out to me being lucky this season. But I will be, well, I'll be playing on Friday, but I won't be playing in the LCQ. I have not recorded like anything over the last few weeks in terms of SWU. And I feel a little bad about it, but I don't know why I'm so like washed out when I stand. Just the way the shadows bounce off. But anyway, I feel a little bad, but I did have a comment on a couple weeks ago, like the last recording, or maybe the recording before that, probably the one or two before that, where I was saying, well, I feel a lot better about the game. Now, as I was arguing with multiple people today, better and worse are relative. It's not good or bad. You can be way better than a thing that was bad and still be bad. You could be way worse than something that is very good or perfect and still be very good. So there's a big difference between those two descriptions. And that is part of the issue in my mind, is that, and part of the reason why I haven't recorded anything, mostly also because I've been busy, but like, I'm still not happy with where the game is at. I'm not happy with where the game is going. And it's funny because Thor put out his video yesterday or today about him giving up the game after Galactics, and I didn't watch it. But a lot of people were saying, responding to it, saying that he still enjoys the game, just, he's got higher priorities, which I absolutely respect. I am the other way around. I will be giving up the game because I kind of fucking hate it right now, and it's very frustrating. But we'll see. First three Hellraiser movies were all good, or at least good adjacent. 4+ are bad. 2 and 3 are definitely way worse than the first. What about the most recent one? Like the pseudo remake thing. What if I turn this off? Is this better? I think it's just because I'm so much closer to this light that it's literally above my head. Like, I can almost touch it with my head. Anyway, I'm going to be washed out. I'll look like a ghost. It was fine, not as good as the OG. I haven't seen that in forever. If I've seen it, I don't really remember it. In fact, I don't think I've seen it. I just know what happens through cultural osmosis, I guess. Speaking of which, I wonder if we're going to get Hellraiser. I will say, I am very hopeful that Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So we're going to take a moment to talk about Hellbreak, which is an upcoming card game, which I am very excited about, which is part of like what's pulling me away from Swoop. But anyway, so Hellbreak is, people were talking about that Universal for this is now Hellbreak's. Dude, if they get a client like fucking Carabas, I'll be playing it now. I wouldn't even be testing for Worlds. So what was I saying? Oh, so apparently Universal Florida, like Orlando, is going to have Killer Clowns from Outer Space as part of their like Halloween event. You know, like they bring out all the monsters to walk around the park, or I don't know what they actually do, but apparently Killer Clowns from Outer Space are going to be there. But yeah, I've been reposting all the spoilers to my server. So, and they're apparently revealing 4 monsters at Gen Con, which is crazy because unless they're repeating some, there's supposed to only be 3 that are unknown at this point in time. So I wonder what that means. Unless they're using monster generically and like a minion or unit or whatever is counting. I don't know. Whatever. It's not the point. So I'm very hopeful that Killer Clowns from Outer Space will make it, but it absolutely reinforces the idea that, because I keep seeing people in their Discord talking about, well, I hope this property makes it, or this property makes it, or this. And I'm like, the problem is, like, some dude wants the 1950s giant insect monster movies to be in there. Like the one where it attacked the giant ants or the giant spiders or the giant whatevers. And while I get it, it's the same thing with me wanting Killer Clowns from Outer Space. The reality is most people don't give a fuck about those. And from a card game perspective, this is, do we run the risk, we being like, does Hellbreak run the risk of alienating people in the same way that Magic has? Yeah, the Gooner deck of the 50-foot woman. I hope they don't do that just because, like, I do not want to listen to the Gooners. Dude, if this fucking Rio deck beats Luke, I'm going to laugh my ass off. But the point is that all of these random properties, they absolutely have a cult following. And you could even probably get a number of horror people that are like, you know, oh, you like slasher flicks? Well, this is a set that isn't about slashers, but it's about giant, you know, arachnids, whatever. Or you like the 1950s, like, drive-in theater bullshit movies. Okay, well, this set happens to be about more modern slashers. It's a set about Scream or something. Like, I don't know. Like, eventually they're going to hit that point where they have to make those decisions. And I think it will alienate some people, but I don't know how much it matters. We'll see. Especially having a bunch of nerds coming out and admitting that. What do you mean coming out and admitting? People fucking, like, I feel as though that is not just a common thing. It is like actively advertised all the time. Like, isn't that the entire premise of the whole Step On Me thing? What ads am I seeing? Are you kidding? It's like fucking every streamer. Like, you watch it. I mean, some of it is, I'm sure, satirical. But the reality is you watch any stream just about, and somebody will make a reference to that at some point. It could be a man, it could be a woman. It doesn't matter. Like, it comes up a lot. Like, and when I say a lot, it's not, oh, every 10 seconds, but it is enough that it is a probably culturally acknowledgeable thing.
Hello there.
To where, like, it is a recognized, I guess, acceptable thing. Now, it kind of breaches, I guess. I don't know what the word I'm looking for here. We're going to keep this. I don't know if I love this hand. But it kind of goes into other territory where it, like, overlaps with other stuff, like other kinks, I guess. Where it's just like, oh, well, some people like getting dominated or whatever, I guess. I don't know. We're going second here. We're going to pass because we can't do anything. That guy will never come into play. Now I know what kind of stream. Now you don't know what streams I'm into. I would go so far as to say that is not accurate. We'll just blow this guy out. So we set this up just to be able to trade. Ooh, Chimera's pretty good. Chimera good. But yeah, I do want to. I'm going to talk to them at Gen Con. I actually got rejected for the like creator influencer. I forgot what they call for Gen Con. Like they're you're a content creator badge. They've given it to me every other year, so I don't know what changed this year, but something changed. So if they have maybe I should have played this in order to punch Ezra. Oof. Yeah, I think I should have gotten this guy out because then I could have killed Ezra last turn. I would have left this thing, but obviously it would have been less damage. Yikes. Big yikes. Oh, I obviously got to punch this guy. Got to punch the Ezra. He could Sabo this through, and that would be real fucking bad. Probably okay, even if he does, though. I think there are plenty of universal monsters to tap first. In fact, I bet we get Dracula again before the 50 woman. 100%. No, they're never going to make that. I don't think there's any reality where they would make that card. That's crazy. I think we Chimera here. This here, and now the game just ends. This is the problem. So here's the actual question for our swoop people. I can see them doing a cheesy set where they go for the can. That's exactly what people are suggesting, is like with the giant, like, wasn't it called like Them or something? There's definitely a horror movie named that. And I'm pretty sure it's the one with the giant ants. But anyway, they were like, oh, you could do the campy set. That's the word I was trying to think of before, and I couldn't think of it. And like, yeah, sure, but I don't know. So here's the swoo question. I still feel Ezra is better than Grief for the most part. You could argue that on not this turn, but the last turn where it would have been resource 6. Oh, well, if he had Grief and then he was plotted a sudden ferocity, and then he commences to get through the Sentinel, for example, it would have been better off because you also would have pushed a bunch. You would have been 1, 2, probably like 3 or 4 extra damage. So we would have been at, like, it's possibly dead. The problem is you have to also account for the fact that the early game, you were pushing the extra damage thanks to Grief's power, but you're not necessarily going to get through with the body on the leader because you don't have the Saboteur without help. So them suiting up Ezra, for example, they were able to push 9, 6, 15 extra damage. Like, hypothetically, I'm at 5 right now against Grief. I don't know. Like, it's tough to say. Like, I don't think they are necessarily that far apart.
Hello there.
And it's also possible if they had opened, instead of Pegasus, for example, if they had opened Yellow Ace's Bomber,
Hello there.
they would have been in a significantly better position. And that's kind of what it comes down to is you can get there. And I think that's the difference in the testing that I've had versus other people have had. And of course, only one of us is correct. And we'll find out at Galactics and over the course of the season who's correct. But I think realistically, there's only, like, either we're going to be able to get there or you can't, right? I'm going to say we need to keep this as a safety card. I don't know whether these, to me, the aggro decks are too inconsistent. Like, they need, and you can make this argument in any game about any aggro deck, that you have to have things go, quote unquote, perfectly to make it happen. However, I don't think that it is, guess I didn't see this one coming. He does get to eat this guy for free, but then we're going to IG him back. And if he doesn't, we'll get Cyril activations, which is fine. Like, we're going to go into the flip turn. I'm going to have 0 fucking damage on my this rate. All right, I'm not going to have 0 damage, but... I could just claim no glory. Then I can resource 6, play the commando. I think that's better. Aggro techs tend to be slightly worse in dudes' games since butts matter more. Well, yeah, that's how they lose to mid-range stuff, right? Like, and I think the aggro decks need a little, and other people have made this observation. The aggro decks in this game they now lack reach. They used to have reach. They no longer have reach. And I mean, they can still get there sometimes, every once in a blue moon, but for the most part, no. I'm just going to claim. This guy's going to get fucking annihilated. So he has to have explicitly nothing left to fear. Or whatever that removal card is. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, he could, like, trade shields and then pod, I guess. But the issue is the aggro decks right now, they don't have reach, and their early game, because the mid-range decks are arguably the best decks in the game right now, just kind of stymie everything that they want to do. I probably should not have pinged there. I should have attacked, so that way I could ping and hit Ahsoka. But they don't have reach. They're not that fast. And a lot of the answers, or excuse me, a lot of the threats are more just playing 50-50 mix-up games in terms of, I wonder this. I lost power a bunch of times the other day, so like still finding shit that's getting turned off for no fucking reason. So I am gonna hold on. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. Like, I understand the argument is that the aggro decks need to be at certain levels, or otherwise they are oppressive, right? Nobody wants to lose the game before effectively turn 3. It's like, okay, I'm going into my 3rd turn and the game is effectively over. The game is now I kind of feel as though it is very similar to old Modern, I guess. In that, we're just gonna claim. It was like the 4-turn rule, so like resource 5 in this is the 4th turn because the way the game functions, which I always thought was stupid, but I think I just kill his guy. I kill his Kelleran. I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day because I'd like to figure out why am I unhappy with certain things? Why do I think that the format's good, bad, and different? From an amateur game design perspective, from like trying to fix the problem of, oh, well, if I just looked at the game in this different light, then I would feel better or worse or whatever, feel differently. And the issue becomes, I do wonder, why did he do that? I do wonder if I know too much, and I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but like, oh, you gotta name Pre-Vizsla. You have to, or you just lose. Yeah, okay, fair. He might win this game because he drew very well and he had the answer. He might get there. Actually, I wonder if my brain isn't hardwired to dislike thing, and that came from isn't hardwired to dislike. I don't understand what you're saying. So, like, you always like things? I don't get it. See, like, this is a scenario where Ryder is good. I was struggling with him the other day. I did not like him, but this is a good way to close the game out. Because despite the early, like, the way we started, I've lost this game. Because he locked me out of Pre-Vizsla, and I had to have that. Is that lethal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not, but it's close enough. I tend to like really weird things, though I dislike a lot of conventional things. Can't believe Goldar would blow up Zordon Alpha in the command center in Power Rangers. Isn't Goldar the Griffin-looking bad guy? I never liked Power Rangers. Oh my god. Hopefully this guy will run it back, because that was very well played by him. You got me. See game, confirm. This guy will absolutely know. Oh, all right. All right. So we only hit 1 Sentinel that game, I will say, which is really kind of my metric for a lot of this stuff is, do I hit more than 1 Sentinel? If I do, I win. We'll try that. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be boarding here. Like, somehow I never got the Pokemon hype. Always disliked those games. Have zero nostalgia for it as a property. Ask any other millennial about Pokemon, though, on the flip side. I mean, I like Pokemon, but I'm not as obsessed with it as many other people are. Spreadsheet simulator? What, D&D? I don't know what that means. Why are people playing Android? I've seen this multiple times now. I liked what this guy was doing until that happened. Like, that does not seem good. I don't know how you're fitting this in here. Maybe I should have played the HK. Oh my god, game. Oh, well, that's extremely uncomfortable. Probably help some fish for the plot. Yeah, but like, what are you cutting? The problem is I often don't want to activate the +2. That's the problem, is like you risk so much against so many decks. Now, this hand is awful, so like, it kind of stinks, but it is what it is. I guess if I had not played this, like if I had just run the HK out, we probably would be fine right now. But I didn't, so we're going to get smoked. We're going through the seasons in order, and the 4th season is the Zeo Rangers. The previous season ends with Goldar stealing the Zeo crystals for Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa and planting bombs. Sure. I don't know what any of that means. Like I said, I never really liked Power Rangers. I, in fact, was like very anti-Power Rangers as a kid. But I grew up with Turtles and G.I. Joe and Transformers, so like those were my things. I think I need to claim to trade here. I also mismanaged the flip turn last game. Ugh, that's real bad. That is really bad. Gonna learn today. I think I have to Sentinel plus whatever. This deck is all like this version is also running more Sentinels than your average CAD deck right now. I do really like the Ahsoka deck, but I could not get the Riders to work. They were always terrible. We're just gonna get them out there because I think this is a mistake. I'm doing the same thing I did last game. So we're going to take 1,000,000 this turn and lose. Because we're not going to be able to stabilize, given the hand I have. Yeah, you got me. That hand was just really bad. I'm surprised this guy's running it back. I'm glad he is. It's nice to have people actually fucking run the matchup more than once, as opposed to like, oh, my win rate on Carabas went up. Yes. Alright, so we have multiple Sentinels here. We have many, many Sentinels. Somebody subscribe. Luffy with resub for 54 months. Shout out to Luffy. Oh, we can't ping that guy. Claim. What voice did I just hear clicking on stream? I think you know. I think you know. This deck is auto-lose into 2 Sentinels, but I only drew 1 Sentinel, so, like, you can beat 1 Sentinel. Beating 2 is, like, close to impossible. Even then, it's doable, but like your win percentage goes to like 15% or something like that, like some absurdly low level. I should have like attacked this first, and then I guess it's fine. I mean, Ahsoka is still good. It also, like, I don't know. It still can struggle into pilots, for example. It depends on the pilot deck in question. Um, are you sure? That doesn't seem correct at all. Why do you need to keep this guy full strength? Usually just have to outrace pilot Luke, but that's not as easy as like Luke is the one where it's a quote unquote easy matchup because you just don't interact well as Luke. But like Vader has a ton of taps. So if you tap their biggest guy, you know, like you claim into resource 6 and you tap their biggest guy, it's like, okay, well, they just lost like 9 damage. They're never racing you. Or if you have a clone ship because they can't interact with space, essentially. And then like Boba, you just topple them and then they have no board, you know, stuff like that. It is a very silly and stupid. Why would you do that if you can trample over the other guy? That's weird. Basically gave up on ground interaction, winning me the raid. You just need to like. You might have to interact. I do agree. You primarily have to race. You here? I mean, it doesn't really matter because they can sack that thing. If I try the Reforge Leia Data Vault deck, it's pretty fun. I mean, I assume it's Why are they doing this? Like, that is not correct. I'm assuming it's like Reforge into Dark Sabers. But no, I haven't tried it because I don't think Leia is very good anymore. Sure is sometimes Ascension Cable. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think Reforge is very good. So, like, maybe the Leia plan, like, that salvages Leia. But I did not have a whole lot of... Like, I enjoyed playing Leia. It seemed fine. I feel like Ahsoka is... I think Ahsoka is better Leia for the most part. But maybe that isn't true. I don't know. It's very swingy. You get a lot of free wins and a lot of blowouts. I mean, that makes sense. It's not... Doesn't sound like a deck that I would want to play. Where, like... I don't want to play a deck where it's just... You don't actually play the game. You know what I mean? And that's my biggest frustration is I feel a lot of matchups right now are very much like one player doesn't play the game. Seems like people are trying to Voltron approach what in Leia? I mean, it was always Voltron-y, wasn't it? That's an oversimplification. It's a deck of very careful resource choices because you can hose yourself real quick. That sounds like a bad deck. So I've joked about this before with other games, is that the more decisions you have to make, the worse the deck is. The best deck is the one where you have to make the least number of decisions and therefore you get wins. I'm just making notes in the spreadsheet real quick. Hold on. We kept this hand. You and one of you. We'll say HK. Previously, it was more grindy. It got much faster. We're talking about the Leia deck. Yeah, I mean, it was a grindy or grindy-ish deck. I think that would be fair to say. Seeing Lamasu and these other upgrade type decks. I mean, that's content creators doing meme shit. Yeah, if you have two game plans with equal win rates, but one is more linear in decision making, you might as well choose the linear one to make yourself open to less errors. Exactly. Like, it is almost categorically incorrect to choose a deck or strategy that is more decision intensive. If your goal is to win games, the more decisions you make gives you, I mean, if you talk to somebody who's a quote unquote control player, they're going to say, well, I'd like to be able to have more impact on the game by utilizing my decisions. But the correct one is the one that's going to minimize, or let me rephrase this. It is more likely that if you have less decisions to make, that you are going to end up in a successful position because the deck is just powerful enough to do the thing, whatever the thing is, on its own. We could get one damage out of here, but I think it's more important to prevent damage to us. We lost a Sentinel out of that deal, so that's a little unfortunate. I've been holding on to these in the event they play Darksaber, and if I get Darksabered here, I'm going to have an aneurysm. We haven't seen one in the last however many games. Hopefully people can hear me okay. Aside from the mic issues, it's also like I have to position everything differently since I'm on the treadmill. Levels are fine, good. It's also like because I'm swaying, like if I do this, and obviously the volume's going to... So we could kill these two, hit here. I think we are supposed to just do this. Still audible, good. I appreciate the feedback because it's not uncommon for streamers to be like, hey, I wonder if this is working, and then it's just like fucking radio silence. Nobody says a damn word. And it's like, well, good talk. He's got the Naboo. 5 games in a row, he's plotted Naboo. This is the same thing as Topple, where I think it's like 66% of the time or 60% of the time, like something like that. Somebody'd have to check the math for me. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we could wait 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We take 11. Like the question is, do I set up the crab or do I plop the Marok out? Marok actually soaks. No, it doesn't soak more. It doesn't soak shit. I think we just eat the damage. Famously, Sabini CL required no decisions. Yeah. Arguably one of the most decision-intensive decks in the game. But so I was explaining this earlier in a different context, but it's not just about the decisions, it's about how meaningful how meaningful the decisions are. So probably playing this, or I guess we're not playing that. We're going to lose a game by a single decision 6 turns ago. And that can happen. Like these are all things that are going to happen in card games. And like, yeah, that's just the reality of how card games work, right? However, there is an element of, what? Are you sure? I don't think that's correct, but okay. So I do want to get the Chimera set up, I think. The question is... Guess we do that. He probably should claim. I mean, he could buff, but I don't know about that one. What game is this, Magic Player? This is Star Wars Unlimited, produced by Fantasy Flight Games. This is not an official platform. Carabas is an unofficial platform. This is not like Magic Online or something like that. So I guess we collateral. But yeah, the whole like, oh, I lost the game 20 turns ago and I just didn't know it sort of thing. Like that's always going to happen. But decisions need to be meaningful in the sense that we're going to block with that guy first. Like you need to have an impact on the game. Like I made a decision, therefore my opponent was going to do A, but now they chose to do B or whatever. And then like so on down the line. The problem comes in... wait, hold on. Do I need to ping this? I guess he's just going to do that. So yeah, I need to hit here. This game does not use lands. Technically, no. You do have resources that you play from hand, but it can be any card. AKA the best resource system. Well, second best resource system behind one that also happens to have quests and locations, but that's neither here nor there. We are in a position where we can absolutely lose because we're not finding the bombs. We're just gonna get this guy out of here and heal a bunch. That hurts. So he still has 3 cards. Like somehow I had to get rid of a Vizsla. Oof, that's really bad. So we could do is no glory into Casca, which is kind of funny. So like we do this. Problem is he's going to be able to punch through it trivially. Like we have to find the pre-Vizsla. So how many Sentinels do we hit this game? We didn't hit one of these, so we hit 2. So this is a game where they were able to push through with multiple Sentinels. This is close to Pokemon, Magic, Flesh and Blood, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic. The closest game is the WoW TCG. So combat as compared to Magic is you choose a target. The goal is to destroy your opponent's base. So in this case, we both have 30 health. But you start with a leader. The biggest differentiator in this game is the leader in that your leader is like, think your commander in the aforementioned format, commander. Your leader starts the game in play, has an ability on this side. At a certain resource count, you are allowed to play it for free. Some have special rules, but that's neither here nor there right now. If that leader dies, you don't lose the game or something. It goes back to being a leader on the front side. It just can't deploy again. Again, unless there's specific rules that allow it. And other than that, like if you've played Magic, you will pick this game up. The biggest difference is you have a unified turn structure. So instead of having you get your turn and I get my turn, it's I do something, like I play a guy. Then you take an action. That could be play a guy. That could be play a different card. That could be activate an ability. It could be make an attack. It could just be end my turn. And then you kind of just go from there. So Like, I want a Ninth Sister, but I think we have to do this, or we just die. Oh, no problem. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Yikes. You know what? I think I have to kill that Han. Because if I let that Han go bananas, we're just going to lose. Ugh. This is kind of the rough scenario where we're just parrying forever and we can't actually get there. Like, I needed a pre-Vizsla a couple turns ago, or I needed to manage the Chimera better. He hit 3 Mandos, I think. Wait, he only hit 2? I guess that one just stayed out there for a while. Intro to Battle Hoth is a 2-player standalone intro. Yeah, that's a good... Oh, here we go. Now he shows up. Does it matter at this point? Possibly. I think it's too little too late, to be honest. Because, like, he just plays 2 guys this turn, and I don't have enough bodies to kill him. Now, I could be playing this matchup wrong. Like, I'm trying to learn CAD a little bit better so I understand what I'm doing wrong playing into it, but... Alright, so he obviously has a Han. So we need to be able to play this. Interesting. Actually, it doesn't matter. So, if I play this, we can just clear his board. I didn't realize he only had 1 card in hand. 1, 2. I only have 18 cards. I have never had an Ahsoka CAD game to go this long. This is wild. Usually somebody just gets scoops by this point, but like... We have a safety net of Chimera, so... I'm going to choose not to hit that guy yet. It doesn't matter, he's just dead. Alright, we'll see if he wants to run it back. So we lost 0-2 and then we won 0-2. And I'm going to say the entire game just circled around how many Sentinels I drew, which is the prevailing thesis for that matchup. I played Magic for half my adult life and I'm getting burnt out looking for something new. It's funny because just today I was commenting on how many Magic is dying, everyone's leaving for One Piece and I forget, and Riftbound. Although other ones are like, it's for Pokemon and One Piece, or it's Riftbound and Flesh and Blood, or it's whatever. Like there's this mass exodus. So I think I disagree about Swoo being a casual competitive game. I think the game is not very good casually. Now that being said, I am a competitive player, so I am prone to not enjoying the game casually anyway. But I think that the game rewards higher skilled players and matchup knowledge and meta knowledge more so than other games because it is incredibly deterministic. Are there physical cards or digital only? It's only physical cards. So I'm holding some of them. And when I say only physical cards, there is no official digital client. In fact, I will probably never be, not probably, I will never be a official creator for this game because I am streaming this platform. So officially they can't acknowledge its existence. If you're familiar with things like Pixelborn from Lorcana, yeah, same kind of deal. But people use this platform both to play casually and test, but it's community run, so like it's the same queue. Yeah, there's physical cards. There are, if you're into shiny stuff, like the World Championship is next week. Literally, I'm testing for the World Championship now. It's in Las Vegas. They will stream it. You can check it on, like if you hit it up, it'll be on YouTube and Twitch. And you can see, I'm confident they're going to do their best to showcase all of the literal showcases. So like your leader card that starts in play, you can get like a super premium version. It's functionally identical as the other cards, but it's the showcase version. So it's like better art, all that kind of crap. They have tons of promos. They have their own version of collector's boxes called Carbonite. Within the community, nobody likes those. But I'm confident somebody on the board of directors said, hey, Magic does it, so let's do that. Trying to think if there's any other notes. I don't know. If you think of anything else, let me know. But yeah, as far as the Ahsoka CAD matchup goes, it entirely revolves around how many Sentinels you draw. Now, that game could have gone south if he hit certain things, but like the very first game we played, if he didn't have exactly Ryder or Galen, I think he's dead. Because I just pre-Vizsla his entire board away, and then I heal infinite off the Chimera, and the game's over. So, I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. Check it out. You're on YouTube. In the description of the video, stream, is my Discord, and you can feel free to ask any questions in there. We got a lot of guys in there, both competitive end and casual end, that can fill you in on anything you may want to know. I do stream it for like the local PTQ equivalents usually. We'll see how this season goes. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know. You can absolutely win that matchup as Ahsoka. But it definitely feels like it's just such a colossal uphill battle. This is Saw Tarkin Town. Well, Saw just got his dick knocked in the fucking dirt. Getting his wee-wee slapped. What the Okay, sure, whatever. I like checking out the Eternal decks, but I'm also very curious about Balin, but I don't know. Can I say? Yeah, you can see it in the URL. It's Carabast. So carabast.net. There are like 85 deck builders. I think Carabast lists all the ones that they're compatible with. So basically, like you either import the URL or you import the JSON from one of the deck builders, and then you can play. The rules are, like, to be honest, I think Carabast is great in terms of, like, the rules. So if you have, as you'd imagine, it would probably be a challenge if you just randomly jumped into the queue and be like, hey, I don't know how to play. Either people are going to dodge you or do internet things. Because it's like, they're probably there for the purpose of playing the game, so they don't necessarily want to teach somebody. But if you had somebody, say, in Discord to teach you, be like, hey, can we play a game together? The game handles the rules for you, so that way you can't like, well, what do I do here? Well, the game only lets you take legal actions, as compared to, say, Tabletop Simulator, which is just a physics simulator that you can technically do whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter. And that's why, like, for other games, when we were talking about Hellbreak earlier, I had said the other day in their Discord that I would love to play digitally, but I already know the answer. They're not going to have a client. Nobody ever does. It's a ton of extra licensing cost and actual cost. And as a result, somebody just goes, well, you can already play on Tabletop Simulator. I'm like, I'm well aware. You can play almost any fucking game on Tabletop Simulator. And guess what? I don't want to, because it fucking sucks. It's miserable. I realize I've been yelling a lot more on stream. Like, so I got to make a conscious effort to talk at a normal volume, because, like, I don't know, I feel like I've been straining my voice a lot more than usual. And I'm going to do a lot of yelling and screaming in Vegas, I can tell you that much. Somebody's got to tell me the best place to find some malt liquor. And I'm not joking.
Hello there.
I want to get some LITs, and I want to get some Colt 45 or King Cobra. I'm going to play this matchup, even though I kind of don't give a fuck about this, because this is not a real deck right now. Vel Red. We'll call this mid-range. That one's kind of rough. Cassian. That's actually going to be kind of fucking annoying. That would have been a reason to keep the droid laser turret. Well, we drew out of it. We got a Marok. We'll get rid of you. Oh, yeah, we got credits. And before Vel Red World Champion. I mean, hey, why not? So this is -2 all attack. Okay. We'll poke you. I've talked about this before. There was a thread on, you'll be screaming at your opponents. No, not at them, but I'll probably be screaming, like, generally speaking. Like, that is almost certainly going to happen. So I've talked about this before. It's just an anecdote that comes up relatively frequently. We'll use... Ooh. Do I just crab this guy? Let's get crabby with it. Oh, man, that sucks to be you, bro. Ouchtown, population you, bro. There was a Reddit post a while back where people were like, they were surprised at something. And I'm like, there haven't been any surprises in this game. I feel like if you pay attention to this game and you play this game, like, you are aware of a lot of the things that do or do not go on, the decks that are or are not viable. I don't think this will pop the shield. I think you can choose to not pop the shield. So he has Saboteur, which is problematic. This won't stop this guy, but it will. 5, 6, 7, possibly 8. We could possibly pre-Vizzle it next turn. World Champion is going to be something unexpected, like Pizza the Hut Turbo Stall or something. Well, there is a Mando Turbo Stall, but that is not a real deck. I mean, it is, but not really. That's Velred's problems. Not too bad if they use credits 1 by 1, but if they save them, they get a huge discount. It's brutal. Even if you use it 1 by 1, just being above the curve is relevant, right? She's a 4/7. That's annoying. So if I do this and then I do this, man, like, this is not going well for them. This is bad. I do not want to be in this guy's shoes. Take 8? I'll get my other thought out once I finish this, but I'm busy like slapping this guy's PP. All right. So what the hell were we talking about before I just dismantled that guy? We were talking about Vel. Oh, yeah. I was trying to talk about the Reddit thread where, like, people... I forget what it was, but I ended up arguing with a bunch of people on Reddit, which is obviously the first mistake of... I said there's nothing really surprising in this game. I think the cards that are good are pretty much always extremely obvious, and I felt that people are constantly stretching the definition of surprise. Like, the two examples that people gave at the time, because the Lando Lake Country deck didn't exist yet, I was predating that, it was earlier this year, were the Kylo deck from last year's Galactics, and then Akbar winning some random events. And it's like, is it surprising, I guess, in the broadest sense? Yes, because you did not expect Akbar to win an event. Kylo, I would argue, was never a surprise because every swinging dick that saw the spoiler for Legends of the Force said, what if I just murdered the other fucking guy? What if I just leapt out of the chair and punched him right in the neck? Enter Kylo. Like, now the fact that the Bothans were able to put it together is still impressive, but it does not change the fact that nobody could figure out how to do it. That doesn't mean that people weren't like, oh, well, that could be a thing. I've had multiple decks that I am not surprised. Like, if Worlds was won by, I don't know, there's like 30 different builds in my head that could be won, and a lot of them aren't probably tier 1 or arguably tier 1 because I can't get them to work. But that doesn't mean that a better deck builder or a team of deck builders could not make it work and make it into tier 1. So I feel a lot of people stretch surprise to be like, no, people knew, they just didn't know the exact configuration. If you're going to say any time that unless every single person on the planet knows the identical information, it's a surprise, that's like, oh, well, there's going to be a Christmas gift. I wonder what it could be. Could it be any of the 20 things that I told my wife I possibly wanted? Well, I'm surprised that she chose number 17 over number 18 on the list. But I'm not surprised that she picked one of the things that I explicitly told her I wanted. Like, that was kind of my point. And that's why I think, like, going into Galactics next week, there's a lot of, like, there's a ton of cards, like Improvised Identity. That's a card that is screaming to me that, like, from coming from Magic and other games, that feels like a card that should get broken. Is it going to be? Probably not. The card's probably terrible, but if it ends up winning Galactics, I'm not going to be surprised because it does something unique and powerful. I miss reality where they didn't fuck the deck list disclosure and Kylo got to make it further before the list got out. It made it to the finals. How much further do you want it? Like, could there have been more higher up? Here's the thing. Like, before they released the deck list, there were obviously a lot. Like, I was not playing day 2. There were rumors going around. Oh my God, one of the teams, and not long afterwards, figured out it was the Bothans, but like one of the teams figured out how to make a OTK Kylo deck. And we're like, oh well, how does it work? How does it work? But I don't think that the knowledge of the list changed much because it was like, if they go turn 1 Witch Force Throw, guess what? You're just fucked. Like, the game is just kind of over. Or like Witch Force Throw back-to-back turns or something, because that was the format. And secondly, like either you had the answers to deal with the Kylo setup or you did. Like nobody was playing Agree Parliamentarian unless you were afraid of Kylo Datavol at that point. I do think that, don't get me wrong, not having that information, having to figure it out in the middle of game one is way harder than, oh, I have the deck list and I can review it and go, they can do this, 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 or this. I'll make a mental note. But I think the fact that people entered the tournament without any knowledge of it was a massive advantage anyway. I wish people didn't get to see the whole deck before Swiss started. I am of the opinion that they should always give out the whole deck list for the entire event every time. All events, PQs, locals, I don't give a shit. I don't like playing games where I sit down and like this is part of the reason why I don't like limited, because I think limited is an unreasonable amount of cards most of the time to try and track. Like, well, did they get this giant growth, or did they get that first strike effect, or did they get that leap effect or jump, or did like I don't know. I think it should either be always or never, but it has to be one or the other. So the way they do it in SWU is it's at top 8 at PQ events and higher. So like PTQs and higher, if you make top 8, you'll see the other person's deck list for 3 minutes. And you're not allowed to make notes, but as soon as they stop the timer, you can make notes because the match has officially begun. I think, so here's the reason that I defend open deck lists. I think it is way closer to kitchen table magic. Well, or kitchen table card games, where like you and a buddy, you're hanging out for the day and you're playing games, right? And you play like 5 or 6 games. They may get you in the first couple of whatever, because it's like, oh, I didn't know you had that in your deck, or I didn't know your deck could do this thing, or blah, blah, blah. But you play a bunch of games and it's like, okay, well, now I know what you're doing. And now we have a different engagement of games, because it's not, oh, well, you got this secret trick that I can't do anything about because I don't even know it exists. I think it is way, way more interesting when both players have the knowledge, and now, especially as the observer, how is player A reacting to the fact that player B has access to card C that no one was considering prior? Now that changes the entire scope of this game. And I don't know if the guy who's just learning about SWU is still here, but like the resourcing decisions get way more interesting, because now it's like, oh, well, normally these decks don't have upgrades in them. I'm going to resource my upgrade hate. Well, now my opening hand is, well, I need this upgrade hate because I have to stop condemn. Okay. Well, that means something else has to go. And now the prioritization of sequences, the prioritization of resourcing is way more interesting, rather than, well, I have to play with the best available information, and now I just auto lose a game because I get blown out by this thing that I had no idea you would be running, because why would anybody run that? Like, I hate that feeling doing it to people, and I hate that feeling having it done to me, where it's like, well, there's one weird trick that came out of nowhere and I blow you out in a game. Don't get me wrong, I like winning, so obviously I'm going to do it. And that feels better than any feel bad I get out of it. But it sucks as a gameplay loop. Like, I always picture even competitive tournament play as if I was playing the game with my wife, random weeknight, because we had an hour, we're like, let's play some games. And then it's like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to get her. And then she has no idea. And that's a good way to start an argument, right? My wife wouldn't care. She would care, but then she'd turn around and like kick my ass 3 games in a row or something. I just don't find it very interesting to be like, oh, I have this one weird trick that you'll never guess. I'd rather know about it, or you know about mine, and then we can play the game around those things. The game already has, every game already has enough gotchas due to the matchups that I don't feel adding secret tricks like that is worth it. I mean, you already have hidden information in the fact that you even have a hand that your opponent can't see. It's like, come on. Got to draw the line somewhere. This game is still going.
Hello there.
I don't know why that happens with Carabas sometimes.
Hello there.
So this is not doing anything to... Whoop, not CAD. We are on CAD. We're playing against Talzin Red. So I'm updating my spreadsheet. What the fuck? Why are these not... Ooh, I've been putting them on the wrong tab. I'm like, good thing I saw that. I will fix that after this game. We are going first, so Cyril good. So he should attack me. I'll have to see if he does. Yeah. Yep. Maybe I should have gotten rid of... Yeah, I should have gotten rid of the collateral instead of the IG. That was a mistake. That was, in fact, an error. That's interesting. Well, guess what? My ping effect sticks. Yours, in fact, does not. Why do I have so many messages in Discord? What the fuck is happening right now? Who the fuck are these people? Like, there is a I just got pinged by another bot. It might be the same bot as earlier. Teammate? Is it actually your teammate? Guess I ping first, right? That's annoying. I am not surprised. So... I guess he could have done that anyway. I'm trying to think if I should have sequenced this different. This would have been a great turn if I had the fucking, the IG, but... Oops. I guess we just play this. So what's going to end up happening is he either claims Shrink, which is likely. We need him to do something stupid, like put a sword somewhere. Because I just killed a guy. I'm not sure why he didn't Shrink first. Oh, he has a Whistling Birds, okay. I still think you Shrink first to, like, make me take actions. Oh my god, sometimes this deck. We're gonna get rid of that. Y'all wanna see a dead body? Kablamo! Get wrecked, dweeb. Get wrecked. In before Governor's Shuttle. Will, tell your teammate not to play Talzin, just play CAD. I legitimately do not know what Talzin is better into at all. Like, the entire meta, whole matchup spread. Like, what are we talking about? Do I trade CAD out? Or do I just sack him for the Chimera? kind of had a feeling he had this. The issue is going to be if he has the second one. So my rule of thumb is I would never do this in real life, but I am resourcing the third copy on Carabas because, like, okay, you got me. Interesting. I was wondering why he did that. That can't be good for you. I'm avoiding trying to play like the blowout thing unless I have to. Yeah, I just think Talzin is worse. Is worse CAD. Oh, before I forget, let me fix this. Did we play against Ezra on stream? We did. Did we play? Ow, ow, ow. I think we did all of these on stream. I could go back and check, but I just want to update. Make sure I have the right stuff. Because I was playing CAD Yellow earlier. All right, I want to get some more water in a few minutes.
Hello there.
Very curious about this deck because it was popping up for a little bit, and I don't know why the hell people are playing it. Holy shit, this hand is bad. You and... Say lost. We'll get rid of the crabs. I hate doing that, but... Of course. Balin... Data Vault. Well, we got our turn 1 plays. Thank God they were on time. Well, that is fucking annoying. God damn it. You rat bastard. Well, joke's on you, chicken fucker. There's several issues with how this plays out anyway, though, so... I guess I'm okay with that. I don't love getting punched in the face with Balin here, but what else am I going to do? I think I'm supposed to kill this before he can do anything. Imagine if we still had crab. Doesn't everybody want crabs? What do you think, Chaz? Everybody want crabs or not? Passes. Fucking mind goblin. Oh god, this is hilarious. For me. Dude, maybe I should just play CAD. I just don't want to spend the money. It's strictly a money thing. What? Poor K. I don't know what the hell this guy's playing. Other than weird shit. Yeah. I don't know if that's normal for Balin. I have no concept of what the fuck that deck is trying to do or not do. But anyway, I'll be right back, chat. Don't go away. In addition to the water, I got a snack. I got a pretzel. You're gonna have to put up with my crunching. So what's good, chat? Anybody come up with something that they're excited to play at Worlds? I mean, real talk, like, I'm not actually excited to play any of these decks. Like, we're fine. None of them, I don't know. They're just, it's like playing really big limited. Everything's so damn up and down. I'm playing the good decks too. Oh. I'm sure. I legitimately am relying on the ECL guys to like salvage the format. I have faith. But going in right now, like, I don't see what it is. One of my biggest issues with the game right now is that the decks that are... I think Yoda's going to deck this Mando, for the record. The decks that are quote-unquote unique are just turbo cheese. Fucking yikes. Fucking yikes. Oh my god, the broken card. They're reprinting that, right? In Icons? I'm pretty sure I remember that getting reprinted. Wraith Dragon! Wait, what? Oh. I thought it said the Wraith Dragon attacked for a second. I'm like, how did that happen? But yeah, like, I don't know how many StarCraft fans there are out there, or how many Warcraft fans there are out there. But if you played those RTSs, you've gotten Tower Rushed or Cannon Rushed before. It's 100% happened to you. If you played any of the multiplayer games, it has happened to you. And the first time you see it, it's kind of cool because it's like, oh my god, what are they doing? But then it very quickly devolves into, this is the most bullshit thing ever, because it's always like, you'll check for like 50 games in a row, and then the 51st, you just forget, and then you get fucking Cannon Rushed again. And it never feels like an earned win. It's funny as hell when you do it, but it doesn't feel earned. And the difference is, or the comparison in SWU is, say you turn to Chewy somebody. That's not a satisfying win for anybody. It's like, oh, well, I played this thing on turn 2, and I guess you didn't draw any answer to it. It's kind of, I forgot what we were talking about earlier, but it's the same sort of thing where the decision, maybe this was before the stream and I was doing my Discord stream, that if the decision making is my mulligan, and I mulligan for a specific thing, and I didn't get it. Okay, let's play the game, see if I can manage without it. And then they go turn 2 thing that you were trying to mulligan to fight. And you go, well, if I don't draw it next turn, I lose, because I'll just be so far behind on tempo, or literally lose because it goes the distance. That's not fun for like anybody. It's pointless. And Ophir has made this argument in the context of a lot of stuff. Chewy usually is an example, but a lot of different cards, that, well, why is that even a thing? Like, why do these cards exist that are so swingy? That was the problem with Force Throw. That was the problem with turn 1 Grogu. That was the problem with all this stuff. Hey, Spice Lord, thanks for the follow. And I just don't understand. It feels like a lot of the game does kind of boil down to that. And I think it's a matchup thing. And yes, it is not completely binary, but it's just so deflating to have these specific things happen. And I think a lot of the game where it's either you play the fair game, which is CAD right now, although you could argue CAD's unfair, but you play the fair game and that's CAD, or you kind of have to resort to cheese and just hope your opponent didn't respect your particular brand of cheese, or that they just didn't draw the respect that they did include in their deck, and you just got lucky because they went, card games. Like, that's not a fun, engaging way to play. And I will use the example of the series that we played on stream against that Ahsoka guy. So they beat me the first 2 games because I didn't draw Sentinels, which mathematically I should have hit the Sentinels. Now, I don't know what the math is for finding 2 Sentinels. I did find 1, but in the second 2 games, I found 2 Sentinels, and guess what? They lost. It looked close, but a huge percentage of the time, they were never, ever, 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 ever going to get there. And it's extremely frustrating that seems to be the perpetual cycle that we're trapped in with the game. Yo, Cassian out of this deck is kind of sick. Do I just play Mando in the Eternal games and make everybody hate themselves? Like, can Mando beat Jango? I don't see how it... Well, I guess if you triple dark a dev and then you're just like, point and click, kill it. And you do get, obviously, like, on-brand stuff. You don't have to run weird, shitty things to like that are off aspect. You can just run the regular stuff. I like this idea. Oh, I thought that was Tarkin down for a second.
Hello there.
All right, so I'm going to go in assuming that this is a bad matchup because I got cooked on Cad Yellow earlier by Thrawn Red. This is red aspect base, though. We'll call this control. I'm going to assume this is control. Which means we do... I don't like this hand, but I think we keep it because we have Koska and we want to be able to get wide. This one's probably going to get stricken from the record, just saying. We'll give this guy a chance. Maybe he has solved the format, but my guess is this is doo-doo. I don't know if Rollick's still here, but Tyler is the voice of reason for the most part. But specifically, when it comes to Red Yellow Hero, it's Tetra. He is forever going to be the expert on that particular combination, if ignoring the fact that he would be on other ones too, but like especially that because he was on Quinlan for like forever. Well, he played Han before that. I was gonna say I don't know what he played before Quinlan, but it was Han Yellow. He and I have played like 7 or 8 times at random PQs. It felt like every PQ from set 4 on, we played just about. Wait, what? How did this? Oh, he discarded that to Cyril. Hold on. Because then he can just kill it. I guess I'm supposed to do this. I already showed him the cards, but I don't care. Why are you talking about me? I was saying that you're the Red Yellow Hero expert. So when I need to be talked off the ledge from Padme. You're the person I go to. What the fuck? What did he just do? Oh. That's fucking annoying. Wait, what? I didn't expect that to happen. I guess he's playing around Casca? I don't know. Let's call it Ligma. I'm just gonna kill this. Supporting ETA fighter is gonna go the fucking distance. I actually don't have a play next turn. I kind of mentally checked out of this game. I found that's one of my biggest issues playing this game is just getting bored mid game, and I'm like, I don't care. Can we go on to the next game, please? Which is a new thing for me. I've been annoyed with what? The first time this unit would take damage each phase, prevent that. I don't. Okay. Five stars looks great. I would just cut all those bad to 5 stars. Oh, never mind. I misread the sentence. Wait, why is this 9 now? Oh, because of that. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a different deck. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. All right, my treadmill is... I don't know. Gotta walk off all the calories that you got from the pretzel. I wanted to settle on a deck like 2 months ago and just can't find something I like. We're going to do this. I should delay this to later in the turn, but it is what it is. I don't care. Because like he has a ton of resources. He could easily deal with this by playing insert thing. When do I get into Vegas? I think I get there at like 10 a.m. on Thursday, question mark. You can capture that guy. I should let it just capture the Sentinel. That way I can just claim or whatever. But this is kind of why. I gotta figure out how I'm getting cards. I'm actually gonna do my first ever Star Wars Unlimited draft tomorrow. I haven't drafted this game before. Oh, that is so fucking annoying. Lol. You know this guy is playing SRI, and we're going to get SRI, and I'm going to be so annoyed. I should have played around the SRI. Okay, good. Thank God. I really didn't want that game to continue.
Hello there.
Piet, plain red. That is a ramp deck. So early on in my testing, I actually found Piet to kind of be an issue for CAD. I don't know if I still feel that way. I don't think this hand is particularly good, but I'm not running, let's call... Oh, okay. Excuse me. I'm not running Let's Call It War, so I don't anticipate... like, there's really no way... If he played Gonk, like, what am I going to do? I actually don't mind this walking treadmill while streaming thing. It's kind of rough right now because it's like, well, it's 80 degrees. Like, it's actually not that bad temperature-wise compared to even what it was a week ago. What is happening? Like, my brother in Christ, take your turn, please. He obviously has something to play. Yep, I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Ooh. Tonight is not going to be a good night. Going to be bad. Every set, I forget how to play into every deck. That's why I spent a lot of time, like, trying to not atrophy as much this time around since Galactics was coming up, but I did anyway. Is this going to be the first guy that, like, straight up runs out of timer? That was a weird request. Like, so I was watching a stream. Excuse me. Ugh. So I'm watching a stream. Guy's on Carabas, and he beats his opponent. And the reason he beat his opponent is because the guy timed out. And he said, oh, well, there should be an option to just continue the game even if you time out. And, like, that sounds insane in regular games. Because, you know, there's no functional way to know between I need more time thinking versus I'm just trolling you. That's annoying. I mean, we get the 2-for-1, but it's annoying. Like, if you want untimed games, if you want infinite time to do whatever the fuck you want, go play private games. It's okay. Womp womp. Sad face me. Not going to be able to do the Cyril thing. We're going to just have to beat down with little morons. Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large numbers or something. That is a fucking devastator. It's dead, but it's still a giant fucking devastator. Interesting decision there, Chuckles. Be hilarious if someone pulled off the Rio Scion combo Galactics on stream. Okay, real talk. I was pretty close to taking that as of a couple days ago. Mostly because I was just so fed up with everything that I was ready to play virtually any deck just to like not want to kill myself the entire time. So I think that deck would be good if it weren't for, and I was debating this with people in Woo's Discord. Like, my point of view is that the challenge with that deck is that you can't beat Blue Villain. All they have to do is mulligan for any removal that can be played on Resource 5 or earlier to kill the... It's really Resource 5. Like, mulligan for any way to kill the fucking eye, and you can't win. And that's before... And, like, the response was, oh, well, we're just getting clobbered by aggro. And it's like, okay, I believe that also. But I think the bigger problem, like the aggro problem can probably be solved. Like maybe the deck has to go faster and it's possible to be faster. I don't know. But I have zero idea how you ever beat a Blue Villain deck. Like I don't know that it's possible. Because they just kill the fucking Eye of Scion. Or even worse, it's like I have Eye of Scion, I've untapped, I deploy Rio onto my Eye of Scion and I go Outer Rim Constable. And you go, well, I guess I just lost. I am confident that there will be... I don't know if it'll win any games. I think if I were... I'm not a betting person. But if I were a betting person, I do not think it would be unreasonable for the Rio combo to go off, or Krennic, we'll lump them into, the Eye of Scion combo. It would not be unreasonable for me to see the Eye of Scion combo go off in at least one game when they're like covering the LCQ. Because rounds 1 to 3, it's just going to be bullshit, primarily, or at least I'm expecting that. Like they are, even if... So like, let's say that the LCQ is 98% real decks and real players, like people who are going with the express intent that I want to make it to day 1 of the Galactic Championship for 2026. They are going to actively choose from the 2% of memers the memeiest meme to ever meme and put that shit on stream. And all you need is the Rio deck to go up against someone's Bo-Katan deck, and guess what? They're gonna go off. Like, I think it is completely reasonable to have the expectation that it will happen. Is it highly possible that it won't? And it's probably a better chance that it won't. But I think it's a much higher percentage chance of happening than people are giving it credit for. And that's before you consider that if anyone actually put in the time and like figured out a way to make it work. Like there was somebody when we were talking about it last week, and I think this was in Woo's Discord also, who had said, like somebody had brought it up and I'm like, well, I don't really, like I was pointing out issues with it, but at the end I said something to the effect of like, I think if you have enough discard and enough active disruption, you might be able to do it, because that's how you solve the Blue Villain issue, is you just run like remnants and be like, oh, you don't have a removal? All right, I can go off this turn. Oh, you don't have this? I'll go off this turn. Or you have 2 of these? All right, well, next turn I'll strip another one and see how it goes, etc. Because they may not kill you fast enough. Which is kind of funny, because usually it's the other way around. Like, combo beats aggro because it goes off faster, but then control beats combo, but there are no counter spells in this game. But whoever this other person was had responded that, oh, well, I don't think combo can work in this game because of the back and forth action system. And I'm like, it by definition does. And per everybody else, It's not the blue villain, therefore the back and forth action system. It's actually the aggro decks that are just taking advantage of the 4 turns that you stood there with your dick in your hands instead of playing cards. So, like, I think that it is completely possible for this thing to even make a splash if it hits the right matchups, but you would have to... I don't know. Maybe it does want to see all the blue villains. You just run a fuck ton of discard. Like, you main deck your Garindans, you main deck your Remnants, you main deck your Tip the Scales or Hold for Questionings or whatever's. And then you just go, hey, you can't actually kill the eye, and I'm going to OTK you. Combo just has a different meaning in Swoop compared to a game like Magic where you have a 20-minute turn. That's the thing, is like people like to, and I know you're exaggerating, Rollick, but like people like to say that combo just takes 40,000 years. But at least in Magic, and I played Yu-Gi-Oh too, and Yu-Gi-Oh is horrendous. Like the memes you see about Yu-Gi-Oh where it does take like 45 minutes to do stuff, they have truly toxic play patterns and always have. Whereas Magic had toxic play patterns, maybe still does, but like they also invented the genre. Whereas Yu-Gi-Oh went in with the knowledge of like, well, if you play a card that locks them out of, like Yatagarasu just locks you out of drawing cards. You only draw 1 in that game. And once you establish a board state, which could be as early as turn 1, where this thing connects and you can't deal with it, you don't draw a card for the rest of the game. And I'm going to deal 1 to you essentially for like 50 turns in a row or however long it takes to kill you. As long as you don't mess up the lock, which is, it's a 1-card lock. It's just play guy attack. But anyway, for Magic, like I played combo, like I played Heartbeat back in the Ravnica Kamigawa days, and Heartbeat of the Spring would like let your lands, your resources tap for extra mana, and then you ran a bunch of loops that generated like infinite mana. You just choose an arbitrarily large number. And that's what happens is you go, here's my loop. I do this, then I do this, which causes this to happen. And then therefore I end up +1 mana. I put in 2, I get out 3. I put in 4, I get out 5, whatever. And then you go, I'm going to repeat this. And like, I've now demonstrated the loop. I'm now choosing to do this loop a bazillion times. Do you at any point have any instance, any activated abilities that you want to use? No? Okay, well, I do it a bazillion times. Now we'll just go on to the next thing. So it doesn't typically take very long once you start going off because the combos are just an interconnected loop. The ones that take longer are when your opponent actually interacts with it, which is what you want, right? Like you want people to be able to interact with the combo, because otherwise you're playing game A and they're playing game B and you're just running in parallel lines. You're never intersecting and then you're not playing a fucking game. It's like, let's sit down and play a game of chess and then somebody busts out the super soakers. We're not doing the same thing. Both of the activities could be engaging and fun, but they're not the same and we're not agreeing to playing the same game. And that's why a lot of people don't like combo. But it doesn't even have to be that. I've told anecdotes about playing WoW, and like when I went to locals for one of the times, the first time I had gone to a store, I had brought a Scourge deck, and it was like this guy. It was one of their dual hero things. So think of like Saw Gerrera in this game, or Fennec or whatever. Like one of the dual aspect leaders. It was kind of like that, but they also had other restrictions where it's like you could use priest equipment and Death Knight spells. And any neutral or Scourge, it had to be Scourge or true neutral. I'd have to look at it again, like allies. So you were restricted on multiple fronts. And the entire premise of the deck was I use all the priest upgrades to buff or recur all of my spells. And then all my spells were Death Knight diseases. So I just put dots on them and eventually they died. It was an all unitless or ally-less deck. Well, the guys who I met there or were new to the game, they sat down and just played regular decks. And guess what? They got fucking smoked because they had literally no way to interact with my deck because they had never encountered somebody who chose not to use guys. Even though, afterwards, they're like, they kind of felt bad because they lost, but also, that's a unique new thing to them because they were new to card games. So it was a brand new exercise for them. It's the same thing with combo, where like I like the existence of combo decks. You could argue that it's not worth it, and maybe you put ramp in that other like fourth pillar, aggro, mid-range, control, and then either combo or ramp, depending on how you want to look at it. You could lump ramp into mid-range, you could lump ramp into control, you know, whatever. But like you could also have it as a separate pillar. The point is that all of these things pull on each other and create tension so that you have a more unique format, so that you actually have to respect things. And it's not just, I go all the way down this linear path and decide, well, we are going to play different games. But that is also a function of the card pool. So the reason combo needs to exist is because it inherently slows down other decks because they have to run disruption. Because if aggro, like the traditional rock, paper, scissors for this is combo would beat aggro because combo goes off faster, and it doesn't matter that you dealt 19 damage of my 20 health. As long as I have 1 life, I'm alive, and I just wombo you. So combo would typically beat aggro. Aggro would then beat control because you can get in under all of their removal and their sweepers, and then control would inherently have all the tools to beat combo. So then it slows down combo because combo has to run disruption to be able to push through counter spells or stop other disruption from control decks. Aggro gets slowed down. So it ends up having multiple unique archetypes that are homogenized around a particular critical turn, because now you have to respect the other decks, or you're just rolling the dice and saying, okay, well, fuck it. I just hope that I can get there, or that I don't play this matchup, or I'll just go to post board and board in 10 cards and hope the hate gets there or something. The problem is Swoo has decided to remove combo, effectively remove control, and now because mid-range is so fucking good, you've removed aggro. So now we've gone about it like we're trying to achieve the same result, but doing it through the worst possible means, and you end up with this colossally awful slop, this corrosive, disastrous fucking vomit that is the mid-range meta that I've seen in multiple games now, where other games have said, we don't want control decks, we don't want the removal based deck, and we don't want heavy control like counterspell based decks. So as a result, we're going to cripple the Greed Lord deck that can go over the top of this. Well, guess what? If you take it, be just like in fucking nature. If you take out all of the predators, then the things that they eat will be overpopulated because they only got to a certain population because they kept getting eaten. So if there's nothing to eat them, they will then consume everything. Star Wars.
Hello there.
Anyway. This is where my throat starts to hurt. Like that? I hope we draw into a turn 4 play. I don't know if that's right. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on card game design. I sequenced this wrong. Obviously, I have a lot of thoughts on card game design, but a lot of it is based on both experience as well as, like, I am an amateur game designer. Like, I have 2 games that I'm working on right now that I'm trying to figure out how he didn't discard. Okay. We'll ping you again. This rat bastard. I was trying to figure out if there's any way I could play the dagger and not end up in a weird spot, but I think I always do. So he pinged, so he can't have the assassin. Or if he does, that was just a misplay. This is why I think Cat is just the better force deck, even if you are on force, because his ping is just way less effort. You don't have to jump through hoops to set this up. Damage is better than the -1 in formats that don't have Lurking Die. So we're just trying to find ways to manage a lot of this stuff, and his is just effectively unconditional. Plus Maul sometimes end up pinging himself, which is annoying as shit. And Cat has a better stat line. It's like, I don't know what their plan was. I do find it funny when people are suggesting, like, oh, well, what if he dealt unpreventable damage, that way it went through shields, and then therefore Commando's still fine or whatever. But I think Marok is also still a problem. Commando's arguably a problem. But if we're going to say it's CAD, I would be fine with the unpreventable thing. I also was wondering, like, what if he was an Aura or a Sing that dealt damage? So, like, instead of just killing a thing with 1 health, it would be deal 1 damage to something with only 1 health. And the difference is, well, it's slightly worse than Aura, but you also deploy a turn earlier. And you have a better stat line. So, like, I am of the opinion they could have cards in effectively identical, like the identical card in different colors, and it's still, because of the base leader combination, it changes the scope of everything. I think I'd rather prevent the damage. I want to ping him and then Cyborg Mech, but I think he's dirtling for that reason. If he plays a Chariot right now, that would be super obnoxious, or a Commando or something like that. We need him to deploy. I probably should have just pinged. Yeah. That's annoying as shit. So if I'm him, he probably should just claim here, to be honest. Yeah, I should have dirtled one more action, but we'll do that. I just completely mismanaged this turn. If he wants to trade into me, I guess that's acceptable. Oof, that's not good. That's real bad. Yeah, I kind of threw this. By kind of, I mean I absolutely threw it. You got it. In before Previsla. I guess I shouldn't have resourced Danny Trejo. Interesting. So he doesn't have it. Interesting. Okay, he does have it. Never mind. Wall is still interesting. I think part of my issue is I end up not... Like, I zone into it, and then I just don't respect it, and then I end up losing to, like, shit I should have anticipated. We're gonna... claim. Because if I were that guy, I would have claimed if I attacked with 2,000. I'm guessing he's not running SRI. It's kind of annoying. We are ahead in the damage race, technically. It's only by 1, but... Oh, sorry. That guy. Grab! That's unfortunate for me. We're gonna play some Sentinels. I should have played Marok first. I don't know what I'm resourcing for. I mean, I could, like, resource to 9 so I could Chimera plus BT, but I don't care. I have lethal on board. Can you stop me? He almost certainly can. Like, I don't know how he wouldn't be able to stop me. That would be crazy. Well, that's one way to do it. He's got 4 resources open. So if I were to say Pre-Vizsla? 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't really want to give you the Force. I could give you a Sentinel. Until somebody did it to me, I didn't realize you could kill your own guys. I'm going to do that. I don't want to give him the opportunity to find a Chirrut. I don't want to give him the Force to, like, give him any... I don't think it matters, because even if he has, like, an Assassin... Okay, I just... claim. I didn't want him to power... Well, he didn't have the Force, so I guess I could have done Karis, too. I was just saying how I didn't want him to do anything with the Force, and he didn't have it to begin with, so... I probably should have killed the Owen, because that's how I don't kill him this turn, but... This is exactly what I was saying earlier, where, like, I don't really respect Maul as a deck, so, like, I just mentally zone out when I play against it. I don't know how you kill all these guys on 4 resources. I mean, you could trade the Karis to kill the Mando or something. Actually, he might be able to do something. I don't know. Now, if he has, like, another Commando, he's actually in decent shape. Yeah, so that was kind of a throw. It didn't matter. Didn't matter. I could have easily been a throw, because I wasn't paying attention. So if we killed the Karis, or if we killed the Owen, we're probably fine. Killing Karis would have been correct. Killing Owen is kind of risky. What the fuck? I want to play, like, Imperial deck, but the units are just not good enough. Units are just not good enough. So it hasn't exactly been super stiff competition, but other than the loss at the beginning, where we drew 0 Sentinels, oh, not 0 Sentinels, we only drew 2 Sentinels across 2 games into Ahsoka. Like, everything else has been kind of like, I want to say a walk in the park, but... I think it's time for more water, chat. That's a big feels bad. Cantina Bouncer. Still a good card, apparently. One of my favorite cards from back in the day. I want to play Eternal so bad. Like, I'm so excited about playing Eternal, but I haven't had any time to, like, really think about it because I've been prepping for Galactics. And I still don't know what to play. I'm either going to play Vader or Luke, and right now it's looking like Luke, and I really hate it. 0 fun to be had. Unless somebody can hit me up in DMs with the secret sauce for the Rio Eye of Sion combo, or just a general Eye of Sion combo, because if you do, I will play it. I'm not trolling. If somebody can solve, so allegedly, like I was saying earlier, allegedly the aggro matchup is really bad, which I can understand. But I think the villain or control deck matchups are also bad, and I don't know how to fix those. So if somebody can explain that to me, which it basically comprises the entire metagame, like you have no good matchups. If somebody can solve that for me, I will play it because the deck is hilarious and I love it. Like part of me, because I've seen Krennic versions and I've seen Rio versions, and I kind of wonder if there's a Krennic version where you can, like you just run all the shitty Imperials and then you ramp with, because is Eye of Sion an Imperial? I hate when SWDB does this. If you have it open too long, it no longer. Yeah, it's Imperial. What I was thinking is like you run all the shitty Imperials and then you use Long Live the Empire along with credit generators. And like you play green yellow Krennic. You could run like Max Rebo's band, you can run all the other shitty credit generators. The issue is always going to be getting something onto the eye so that you can actually search for relevant things. That's why people are playing Rio. Because he's yellow, so you have access to all the things that you need, and then you can just crap him out right onto the eye. Notably, it's also a transport, so he gets an extra +1. But there's really no functional way to protect Rio when he's on there. In terms of like, if they have a constable, it just dies. But that also becomes the problem in the Krennic version where it's no longer a leader, so it is vulnerable to just like, oh, they drew no glory 2 turns later and somehow you didn't kill them. Like you whiffed on an eye, or like you whiff on an eye and the second one's only okay. And then they're like, okay, no glory the eye, and you just lose. And then of course there's a non-zero number of games where you just lose because the deck doesn't fucking do anything. Like, oh, all 3 of your eyes are in the bottom 10 cards of your deck. You literally do nothing. Sucks to suck. It is one of the more hilarious decks I've seen in this game, though.
Hello there.
I would have liked to have seen that Bale in yellow. We are definitely dodging this because I don't know. This is one that I think, well, they left before we did.
Hello there.
It's one that I think is, it's definitely on that list of, well, it wouldn't surprise me if this did well. Because it's just such a weird, unique effect to give everything Sentinel that maybe there's something in the card pool to do it, but I haven't spent the time or the energy to figure it out. We're going to keep because we have like infinite fucking Sentinels. So turn 1. We're keeping these, I think. We're going second. And like, if anybody's seen anything cool, I'm definitely interested in hearing about it because I have not found anything cool. Everything feels very samey. This just shouldn't lose to Ahsoka ever. So we lost earlier, and the reason that we lost is I drew only 1 Sentinel. Like we played back. The guy ran it back. Like he ran a best of 3 with us and then ran a best of 3 with us again. And it was explicitly because I just didn't draw enough Sentinels in the first set of games. Once we did draw enough Sentinels, he was just dead. Like it didn't matter. So he has another. There's no way he's discarding that unless he has another one. Yeah, like I understand why they're doing it. I think it's wrong, but I get it. I think that's a mistake because so like this matchup, the Ahsoka matchup, if you do that, you will lose because you only have what Marok after that. I mean, if you're replacing it, like say you cut the Armor Commando and you run Droid Laser Turret, you're at roughly the same Sentinel count. So I could kind of understand then. So we definitely want to play this turn. So if he attacks with this, we get the claim. Yeah, I had a feeling. It's possible I was supposed to ping this. I actually think I was supposed to. The reason being is that he's probably going to let it happen, and then I could have collateraled after I kill the spy or he runs it in. And he has the Jar Jar, so I guess we weren't going to get it anyway. But it is what it is. I guess that makes sense. I mean, he doesn't have the Naboo. He could have, like, protect the pod, I guess. That's annoying as shit. Got 2 cards in hand. Is obviously not going to sack the spy, right? Now the question is, does he trade this for Cad, or does he try and kill the Cyril? If he goes base, that's the worst possible scenario for me, I think. Actually, no, we could just double collateral and probably be fine. He could just crack us for 8. 10, actually. Like, it's possible I should have pointed Cyril at this, because I can't get this out of the air very easily. We don't have other removal, so I don't want to get rid of the crabs. Crabby, 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 crab, crab, crab. I do not love that for me. Like, we gotta find a Chimera or some other point and click removal. That'll do it. How greedy are we with this? Because if he were to, Ryder or Galen and name Pre-Vizsla, we probably lose. I think we have to race. Which, I think we lose this race. Okay, we got that. Do we Vizsla again? This is... We can get both. I like the idea of the Masterpiece in this deck. I just don't know... Like, maybe you need just enough space to be able to dodge, you know what I mean? Because if I didn't draw the Vizsla there, or I had to do something like SRI, we'd be in deep shit, right? Because I would probably want to spend my whole turn attacking, which means... What the fuck? That is definitely a card that you can play. Is he just dead? He's just dead. Never mind. So, like, it's kind of interesting. Step too far to the left. So, hold on. Let me make a note of this. Sabine's Masterpiece. And what is this thing? Smuggler's YT 2400? So I'm not going to lie. If I got beat by this guy because he played Smuggler's YT 2400, I would never have predicted that. That would have been a surprise, going back to the earlier discussion. Even without the pre. Yeah, but I just don't... Does that student and master thing, would that have killed? I can't think of any green pumps that would have got me. But like, so it was 3, which means 26. He needed 4 more. So technically he could have got me if I didn't pre. If he had nothing left to lose. So let's assume I had 0 answers. I obviously had the no glory. So like, if I start attacking, I'd probably get him anyway. But let's say I had no answers. He could go swing in with the Masterpiece, buff the blue leader to a 5, and then buff it again with nothing left to fear, and then get there. Now, maybe I just kill him with attacks before then. Nothing left to fear would have been for 7, so like he hypothetically kills one of these two, but probably not, because I would attack with them first. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't attack with a crab. It would probably be Pre-Vizsla, Cad, crab. So he might have a window to have killed the crab if I didn't have removal. But again, I could, if I spending more than 10 seconds thinking about it, or even if I spent 10 seconds thinking about it, I probably could have sequenced it out and gone, oh, well, he can't actually get me. But it is one of those things that we're in the part of the meta where things are in flux, and I couldn't tell you every single card in the pool. So if you ask me, hey, name the 3 to 5 best green or blue combat pumps, I honest to God couldn't do it. Like after Nothing Left to Fear, I couldn't even tell you another card that buffs. Mostly because I can never name cards off the top of my head, but also because I just probably, even if I could name cards off the top of my head, I probably wouldn't fucking know it. So, point being, I was just trying to play it safe, but I don't think there's any coming to play untapped guys in this that he could play. I'm pretty sure there aren't. I don't know. But it is pretty interesting. Like, I liked this idea. I've tried to look at, why did I click that? I've tried to look at a number of Ahsoka variants, including yellow, where it's just like, oh, well, what if I just went space because the floor is lava? And it just never felt as good. So, I don't know. Anyway, chat, I want to get some more water. I'll be right back. Don't go away. For the record, the desk moving up and down is endlessly amusing to me. It amused. What the fuck am I looking at? You guys also probably want to see what I'm looking at. I think I've done enough walking, so I decided to switch. I've been walking for almost 3 hours. My feet are starting to hurt. Why do I have so many DMs? What's happening? My feetsies hurt. I was very curious about the Fennec deck. So, as is true for many, probably all card games, the creators of the game, the people who make the cards, and I've never been good about the distinction between designers and developers, but whatever. We're talking about the people who aren't, like, they create the game, they're good at creating games, they aren't necessarily good at playing games, including their own game. One of them on stream apparently was saying something to the effect of, oh, the community is underselling Fennec. And I don't watch their streams. But I saw the joke, like the memes about it, because everybody's poking fun at it. And that immediately set off things in the back of my brain where like, oh, well, maybe there is something and everybody's missing it. Because I want to play any of the dual color heroes because I just want to play all those cards. It reminds me of Invasion Block or Ravnica Block, but Bro's got the whole anti-Fennec Shand package. Is that just cards? Because I'm pretty sure just playing cards is the anti-Fennec Shand package. I'm not joking. What are you doing? Yeah, this guy's right. Is there a package? It's just I play cards. Oh, you play cards? I guess I lose. Anyway, it did get me thinking. So, for example, if you deploy Fennec and plot Unveiled Might, she's basically Chewie but with Saboteur instead of the deal damage. Now, is that better? Maybe not, but I was like, you know, a 6, what is she? So she's a 6/7 Saboteur leader? That doesn't seem terrible. And my thought was, as I was going to sleep, and that's when I think about stuff like this, and then I just can't get it out of my head, is... Also, for the record, I have chat turned off. Why the fuck? I don't know why it lets me see other people's chats. I don't want to see your fucking chat. Anyway, so my thought was, you play red, yellow, green. You have the opportunity for ferocities. You have the opportunity for Unveiled Might. Probably have to do Unveiled Might because otherwise she's too fragile. And I was thinking, oh, well, there have to be enough neutral ships across 3 colors that you could just be a space aggro deck, and then you're basically going to be Weird Ezra. As in, you play the neutral ships, and then you just plot Unveiled Might onto Fennec, and she gets in twice for 12, right? She's a 6/7. Odds are she'll connect twice, because they're probably not killing her in one action. And then you can just claim and hit again. And then I actually looked at the neutral card pool, and it is embarrassing. It is atrocious. It is practically a crime how bad the pool is. So that idea went right into the Grumper. Do you really need Yoda in this deck? I guess it's a draw, but like... So here's the question I have. Like, he's obviously running his own Vigilance, but how does he ever beat another control deck? Because the issue is not drawing cards or the removal or like any of that stuff. It's how do you actually fucking kill your opponent? It uses... Like, I never played the blue decks because I knew they would always go to time, because that's what would happen. It would always came down to fucking Vigilance loops. It is funny that you still play single reactor ignition because you don't get a discount. And I guess you still have to be Colossus. Fuck it. Mystic Monastery? Or like Mystic Ligma. I would love to know the deck list for this. Like, he's obviously running Vigilance, but like, how do you ever beat another control deck? I guess Yoda pushes stuff like Blue Palpatine or Bosk or stuff like that out of the meta because they have almost an infinite stream of guys. But we watched it beat Yoda earlier, so I don't... You do have like just a better draw engine, but that's actually a drawback into some of those other decks. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 2. I think he's running 54 cards. I think I counted 34 between discard, resources, and hand. This is the exact issue. That other loot deck just keeps shitting out dudes. I'm very interested to see what does well in the Eternal Open. Like, the Beckett deck is cool, but I don't think it's actually good. I wonder if the Eye of Scion Rio thing can work in Eternal. I feel like there's going to be even less upgrade hate. At least until post-board. This is going to be extremely dumb. Why not kill the Kelleran? I guess because he wanted to get the Sentinel out of the way. Yeah, because he probably has an AN, which any of these should be lethal then. There it is. So, like, is that... I haven't seen an Eternal level control mirror in a on-reg? Yeah, whatever, I don't care. I haven't seen an Eternal level control mirror in a very long time. So I wonder, is the AN sufficient to try and get there so that you don't get into Vigilance Wars? I'm going to mulligan this even though we have that. I think we keep those 4 and we just get rid of the top end. Hopefully this guy will run it back, because I'm just curious. Wait, what did he do? Why did he pass? What if I had just claimed? I do wonder if maybe Vader is good enough, like Vader Pilot is good enough to play in some of these decks. I should have pinged him first, but lets me ping this guy. Sure. Because getting a card from him probably would have been better. Because I would have been able to get him with a tie anyway. Interesting. He could have dirtled another action by, like, just buffing somebody. Yeah, I had a feeling he had something. Just was unaware of what it was. That's actually a good play. That's a good play. If he has another buff for this, we're going to be in trouble. Oh, I'm tired. I'm wiped out. Oh my god, why is my work phone going off? Speaking of Vader... I mean, if he plays Cable or some shit on it, we just kill it. This is the problem. Like, the aggro decks are just not fucking feasible. I don't know what he could possibly play that I care about. Like, honest to God, I couldn't tell you a card that matters. You got a hold for Ligma. I'm more upset about you preventing damage, to be honest. You could, like, AN me, but probably not before he just dies. I was very curious about that, because I had played a Sebulba variant early on. I did not come up with it. It was a ECL deck, and I really liked it. But it was, as you'd imagine, a floor is lava style thing. This started out that way. Like, well, he milled this. I guess he milled this. Like, maybe he just happened to draw the ground stuff. I am curious, like I said. So, Chewy, for example, is a serious issue for CAD. If you turn too Chewy and they don't have a Condemn or the Constable, they're kind of cooked. Why not just play fucking Vader, right? Like, there's your Chewbacca. The problem is that it's not a Chewy, so it is way, 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 way worse into like blue-green villain. And even this, like, you can, I mean, you can no glory the Chewy, but you could say they Vader later in the game. You could Lost and Forgotten or Chimera it. But it does provide like a really big threat early in the game. I had not tried Vader Pilot. I just don't like pilots.
Hello there.
Well, pilot units. Pilot leaders are fine, I guess. I'm not playing against this. I don't know what the fuck this is, but I don't care. You. This is see game.
Hello there.
I at least know what this is. So I need to, like, figure out what we're doing against space. This is, I mean, it's not good space, but, like, I guess it's a good warm-up. Picking up what I'm putting down. Warm-up for space. This is not good. Yikes. Big fucking yikes. This makes it a little weird if I don't draw red or I need to resource certain things for red, or resource certain red cards to set stuff up, but He almost certainly has 0 ground cards, so. Interesting. What the fuck? Okay. R2, fuck you. Problem is he deploys next turn and we can't kill the black one. Actually, we can. What am I saying? Yikes. I mean, we can kill this. Well, we can do 2 there also. Can he have it? He can't have another pilot. So we kill this off just to stave off some damage. Stab a little bit of the bleeding. The fuck? That's not good. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We gotta get 10. I think we're just dead, right? And we gotta deal with this. Huh. Oh, I was about to say, what the fuck just happened? What? Oh, he forgot to resource. So how did he play this? Oh, he played They Hate That Shit. What the fuck is happening? Like, obviously this game doesn't count, but like, that was kind of scary. Is They Hate That Ship a real thing? Watch this guy top decks, like, commence. And I just fucking die. That would be hilarious. In the worst fucking way possible. I guess I should have just attacked it with, like, Karn or something. I thought I had enough, enough shit. I don't know about playing this thing. I mean, They Hate That Ship Defiant whatever is kind of interesting. So how much of a discount do you get? 3? So it's a +2. So you can play this on resource 4, which he did. Huh. So we were looking at, like the KTOD guys had put together a wedge yellow list. And it wasn't bad. Like, it has obviously some inherent inconsistencies due to the fact that you're trying to do pilots, you're trying to... How many fucking Ahsoka decks are... I'm going to skip this one. It's like I don't care about this matchup. You're trying to do pilots, you're trying to be space, you're trying to whatever, and, you know, it's just... The deck is inherently going to shit itself some number of games. And... I mean, one of the glue cards is Akbar. And obviously you could run it in wedge. You can't get the hammerhead with that. But I wonder... Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I'll hold one removal, so that way I can deal the hammerhead eventually. Been seeing a lot more of these, and it's... Oh. Wait, why couldn't I? Oh, you have to disclose a hero card. Ah, never mind. That isn't nearly as funny as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just disclosed double red, and I was ready for the meme. But we got memed instead. Womp womp. Which means now that his hammerhead's gonna fucking go uncontested, which is so annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has a lot of cards. If I... What? Okay. Does deny him a card, I guess. We just want resource. We don't need to get to pre-Vizsla anytime soon. Post-board, you get Devastators and stuff, so like it becomes even easier in this matchup. Rick did me dirty. What? Why? Why are you causing trouble, Will? We do have to be a little careful of Bo-Katan. It's what he does, yeah. Boom, got him. Roasted. To be fair, though, Word on the street is that Spida knows how to operate a trampoline. I mean, that's just what I've heard. Oh man, are we gonna get blown out by fucking Bo-Katan here? Probably. What do I do about it? I like his 3 pillows up in the air right now. I don't care. I'm comfy. That's all that matters at the end of the day. We're gonna get fucking Bo-Katan, I think. Get crab, nerd. And has more than checks notes 0 points. Have to start going to the event. Yeah, you can't get points if you don't go to events. It's a tough life. It's rough out there. Definitely there. I think we kill the spy. So he has 1 less idiot to buff. We don't have an answer to Bo-Katan, and we've resourced multiple removal cards. We've seen all the no glories, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. If he has Bo, I don't know how we get there. It's gonna be rough. Like, Bo into AN is probably game. We'll just play these two, I guess. Skip. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's not... honestly, I haven't felt that different about... Ooh, he doesn't have it. Interesting. About not going to Galactics next year. Like, I'm just not going to go. It's way too expensive. I can't do it 3 years in a row. So it's kind of weird, like, going into next season where it's like, well, what the fuck am I even playing for? Like, it feels a little strange. That. I don't think there's any card he can play that helps him here. I was about to say, like, Let's Call It War doesn't do it. Actually, it does. Never mind. I should have done the collateral in a different order. Then we would have been okay. That doesn't really do much. I mean, we're going to do this because I want to keep growing the board. That actually puts the crab in range of Bo. So I will continue to do that. Now we have threats in both arenas. Expose you to Bo. What, if I hit it with the crab? Yeah. I'm assuming that's what you meant. I mean, we're kind of exposed anyway, but if he bows, we just claim. You gotta have it, huh? You got it. We'll put multiple guys on the board in both lanes. Try and stop me, nerd. This fucking dweeb right here. I should resource, because then if he, like, single reactor ignitions twice more... This motherfucker. Donde he's dead. He got. She's 2 bodies in and of herself. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? This motherfucker. You stop it. So, I probably need to add something to the board, because he's going to, Lost in Ligma. Go ahead and pass. Ooh, alright. Bo will no longer save you. I was born in the darkness. Molded by it. You were merely adopted by the Bo-Katan. How many collaterals I got left? Enough. How many did I play all 3? I only played 2. I did not feel under pressure. I don't know. I do like this deck, the Mando deck, I mean. But I do feel that it is a struggle. Like, they don't want that deck to work. That type of deck, that style. So, it was very exciting that it was working. But it just kind of came down to everybody forgot how to play into a removal-based control deck. Dude, what is this Von Reg doing? What the fuck? Oh, did he force throw him? Force throw is so stupid. I hate that card. Imagine having force throw in the format. Imagine force throw. Dude, I am so tired. How long have I been streaming? A little over 3 hours. Technically, I've been streaming for like 6 hours. Shh. Secret. Nobody on the internet tell that secret.
Hello there.
I keep being told that Sabine is broken, and I don't understand how. Like, even if CAD didn't exist, why is she even good? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to expect here, so we're just gonna go for it. Just wing it. Sabine, no, not Sabe. I'm trying to update my spreadsheet. Sabine, plain green. We are gonna ping. I'm putting it in the jank category until proven otherwise. I could see this deck being extremely annoying. Just like, oh, I'll shield up infinite fucking sentinels or something, but I don't know. That just feels like a terrible gameplay loop. Oh, that's pretty fucking annoying. We'll take our 4, I guess. I would love to keep the BT so we could go 3-2 next turn, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm pretty sure this doesn't work if I ping that. We could still go 3-2, but I'm not going to. It seems not great. We're gonna kill the Yaddle. It's simple. We kill the Yaddle. So you have a shielded Cassian. What does that mean? It means you're gonna be a wiener face. Get wienered. He deploys, yeah. Bad news for you, though. God almighty. Like, what is this deck try? I want to know. I'm being serious. Like, what does this deck do? I've only seen it a handful of times. It's been across different decks. Like, sometimes I'm playing Space Aggro. Sometimes I'm playing other stuff. Like, but I don't know what it does, ever. It never seems to do anything relevant, ever. So many bad leader bodies. Yeah, but like I can understand why this one is that way. Like giving out free shields essentially seems somewhat powerful, right? I can understand why they were cautious about it, but at the same time, like it is still 3-5 and the game revolves. We were talking about this the other day, in the context of the new Palpatine leader, right? So the new Palpatine leader kind of asks the question, hey, this game that we're playing revolves around your leader, right? I think we can all agree on that. Like that is your power spike. That is the thing that needs to like not only get you back in the game, catapult you ahead to the end game, to your win condition, whatever. The game is leader based. What if we made a leader that effectively never deploys? Now, they've already done that with Chancellor Palpatine, Flipatine, but this is a little different because this guy technically could deploy, but he effectively never fucking deploys. So the question is, like, what does that mean for the game? And I think it's an interesting design question, but I think the answer is he fucking sucks. And Sabine is in a similar boat because, like, yeah, she could. What the I don't even know what this card is. I have never seen this card before. Honest to God, I had no idea that card existed. What does this deck beat? I've seen it be terrible. I think this is probably playable in limited. Like, I'm not first picking this in draft, but like, that card doesn't seem awful. I'm not going to be happy about it, but it's still a Sentinel. So, like, do I want to fucking play it on turn 2? No. Obviously, going second, if that's my turn 2 play, like, I'm in deep shit if my opponent is playing around it. 4-2's... Oh, yeah. Like, in general, this thing is bad. This is a bad card, but I don't think I'd be embarrassed to put this in my deck in limited. It has a relevant ability. It has a high enough attack that, like, it could matter. You know, like, it could trade up into something or, like, make combat extremely weird for your opponent. Yes and no. Like, as much as people like to crap on shields because of CAD, shields do matter because it requires the extra actions. The same for, like, being a 4-2 is a little bit better because, like, yes, CAD will get it, but it requires the CAD action. Whereas if it was just an X1, I just hit it with fucking, the IG. I'm gonna end your whole career.
Hello there.
There's a world where I'm about to get blown out by a lightsaber. In fact, I'm not going to get blown out by a lightsaber. I refuse to lose to that bullshit. Okay. Will, what the fuck are you doing? At least the name isn't identical across the two. Because that would have been funnier. The fuck are this guy's sleeves? It looks like a 90s punk band or grunge band fucking cover. We could probably hold off on the collateral. Let's do that. He does, in fact, only have 1 foot at the moment. We whiffed. Womp wah. Alright, well, we're out of oops, I lost a lightsaber territory, I think. Akbar. That's pretty interesting. Every time I have to play Koska like that, I feel awful, but maybe I don't know. I guess I know Glory Him. See, I don't know what the streaming schedule will be for tomorrow night because I am drafting and I don't know how long it's going to take me to get home. I mean, I do. It should only be like 45 minutes away where we're going. But I don't know what time we're actually going to fucking get done. We were talking about potentially doing some IRL testing, but that means I got to build decks tomorrow morning before I leave, which means I got to get up earlier. It's going to be a real pain in the balls.
Hello there.
Riku. I'm just gonna skip this. I don't care. Mog did a. Here's the one thing that I'm curious about for people like Mog or Veiled Shot, or I mean, I guess it was. I don't know what Thork did, to be honest, but like. Why does his video say "Welcome to Magic the Gathering"? This is Magic the Gathering talking. Those are absolutely the wrong titles or subtitles. How frequent? I'd have to check, but like he puts out a video like every couple days. How the fuck does he not run out of decks? The thing is, like, I don't even want to play a lot of the decks. They just don't even remotely look fun. I almost want to keep this because of the collateral, but this is just too bad. Ugh, this is not better. It's better, I guess. I don't know. Not Darth Mike. Sure. If you say so. So what he just did is correct, I believe. Oh my god. Alright, well, we're gonna draw everything that is wildly irrelevant. Like, if he plays a clone ship here and we don't draw no glory, we lose. But the thing is, he may be trying to play around the no glory because, like, of course they're going to have it, right? And that's the issue I've had with playing Vader into this matchup is he did the correct thing to play around the collateral, but he didn't know that I didn't have it. Yep. Do I ping you? I'm going to ping. We weren't going into the flip turn, so it kind of doesn't matter, but, I mean, none of this matters. I'm not in love with that. So we can trade still, but he's going to be able to make a token, so got to keep this guy in range. Well, he was in range anyway, so it actually didn't matter. So if I I think we're supposed to just claim. The only question is he going to deploy space or ground? I think he's waiting to, like, he's going to go there. Do I no glory his ship now? I guess I should have deployed earlier so that way I could do that. If he has another clone ship, that would be really bad. So I think we don't. Like, you trying to just tap my Cad Bane? Yeah. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. That's still a fuck ton of damage. I think we Chimera. I think that was the healthiest option as compared to, like, if I attacked with Cad to kill another TIE fighter, but then I would have... No, I would have gotten +1 healing if I had done that. I mean, he's still going to put me at fucking 28 now. So he trades that in. Guess it doesn't matter. He should not be able to get there. Unless I miscounted. I might not be able to get there, though. Like, if he has an outmaneuver or something like that, okay. I would have liked to have run that back. Oop. That was Vader. Yellow, aggro. Who went first? And I mulliganed. He went first, right? Wait, what? Oh, I forgot he played that. Why the fuck is he playing that? He definitely had some outs. I did not have a collateral, though. He did see a clone ship, but he hit us once with it, right? Yeah, like on this turn, if he had a watch this, we would have been cooked. I gotta test and see if that makes a difference or not. Do I have a Vader list in here right now? It's probably an old one. Yeah, it's an old one. What? Oh. Let me find my other list. I don't need that anymore. That deck is shit. I'm a little worried about Vader because Vader can't really win the Space Mirror. Vader's very bad into other space decks. Those are the same. You can play Shin Hati. We're already over 50. Oh, we already got 3 haulers in here. The rest is going to go on the board, possibly Outland in the board. Eager in the board. The other snub. And Remnant. I don't like having so much top end stuff. I've seen lists that have cut the Galens, but I kind of like having redundant Victor leaders. We are just not commonly starting 1/1, so I wonder if we can just cut all the 1-drops. Or like do something like this. These are fine. This list might be even better into Ahsoka now because we have this. Like if you claim into the deploy turn, or even if you don't, and like, oh, you get your big hit for 9, all right, bounce a guy, like whatever the guy you probably just attacked with, and then tap down the rest of your board, including the Ahsoka. That's gotta fuck with their math real bad. So apparently there were a bunch of rulings updates too. The ECL guys were pointing out some of them. So like that minefield card where you pick an arena and then everything gets on attack, deal 2, it apparently is supposed to be that things that come in after it's played also, so it's almost like Enchant Arena. That arena for this turn gains on attack, deal 2 to a unit. As compared to the way everything else in this game works, which is they don't see each other. And then Gergerod works the way people expect it to. It's always going to double it no matter what. But apparently for 1 must destroy to create, if something has a when played and a when defeated, you resolve the when played before the when defeated, even though you defeat it first, which makes sense in terms of sequencing for the rules. But I even said this in their Discord, like I never would have intuitively thought of that. Like I wouldn't have thought of that in 1,000 years. I want to play green-red villain in Eternal just because I want to. But man, these decks look bad. I definitely do not want to play Darth Maul. And I don't understand why Krennic is playing Tai LM. Every time I go to look at Eternal games, it's always like weird typal decks or weird like, here's my random bullshit, because lol. You know. Yeah, I gotta see if Vader actually wants to watch this. I mean, I think he does. I just don't know if it's better or worse than, say, Craving Power or something like that. I haven't run Craving Power, and I haven't really ever had the desire to be like, oh yeah, this is I mean, maybe in the mirror where like, but you have to have initiative, or like you have to have this, oh, you know what's not in this list? I don't think I have Death Space Skirmisher in this list. Oh no, I do. Okay. Because what I was thinking is, oh, well, if I have a skirmisher and they play a clone ship, I could hypothetically claim into Craving Power your clone ship, or like any Craving Power will then allow something to trade into it, assuming you're not going into the flip turn. Like if you're on the flip turn and you Craving Power, then they might be able to deploy Vader and still be big enough to live. Oh. I think they most likely will be, but yeah, Vader seems to just come down to can you stick the clone ship? It did feel kind of close in that game, but like I said, I didn't open the fucking like he went Marox. If I went turn 2 collateral damage, I think he might just lose on the spot. I just want to see the end of this game, and then I'm calling on a night. I'm super tired. And before I go to bed, I gotta at least build one of the decks, so that way I don't have as much to do in the morning. Player 1 has won the game. Who would have thought that Mando Yellow couldn't get there? I'm really disappointed in that deck. It is what it is. Anyway, chat. That's going to do it for tonight. I may or may not be back tomorrow. We'll have to see. I'm hoping I'll be on. I'll have new and updated information to discuss with everybody as to what I'm playing. Odds are I'm still not going to figure it out. That's going to do it for this evening. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And tune in next time for more Random's Thoughts.